Hey guys, Stealth here. It's Monday. That means I get to ramble on about everything that is currently in my head. Get to talk about what's going on with the channel, what I've been up to, and you all get to listen to what I get to say. So, what has been going on? Well, I've been planning the Wargame tournament. I haven't forgotten about it. I was just a little overwhelmed with the massive response from you guys that I just didn't know where to begin. I've never organized a tournament before, and I really had to look into how you do that, and the Reddit tournament for that was a very big example. So another video will be coming up soon on how and what and where about the tournament. How you can join, what the rules are going to be, when you can expect it to run, how you can join, everything like that. Aside from that, I've been playing a lot of XCOM 2 lately. Much more than I really should be doing. I really should be doing more to get more clients, but you know, Wargame, XCOM, they're just a bit more interesting than the regular business stuff. And really, if I could be a full-time YouTuber, I really would be, because I always enjoy getting up in the morning making videos for you guys. Whereas getting up in the morning and going to look for new clients from our body language business, not so much. I mean, I love teaching about the body language and helping people realize how much you can tell just from looking at someone. But aside from that, I'm not really that interested in the whole additional stuff that comes with it. Looking for clients, doing your books, doing the accounting, doing the marketing, all of that, no thank you. I got my YouTube channel and I'm perfectly happy with that. Talking of which, I recently crossed over to 1 million plus views. 1 million? Bloody hell. I'd never expected to reach anything like that this soon when I started this thing back in, what was it, August 2014? I've been going for about a year and a half now. And a little while ago I had the 5,000 subscriber mark and then the 1 million views mark. So I gotta say, these things are stacking up rather quickly, and I really like it. So let me know what your thoughts are on that, or what the next objective should be. Aside from that, I put up the XCOM 2 video, the Become an Operator video, and I got a lot of responses on that, way more than I had expected. I think by now there are about 70-ish comments, and this many people I don't think I can fit into the game, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to, I don't think it's going to be possible to create an operator or a profile for every single one of you. But I'll do my best. I'll see how many people I can fit, and some of you may be crossing over to the dark side. Because from what I've seen from XCOM gameplay so far, you can liberate friendly and hostile VIPs. So for some hostile VIPs, I may just have to randomly pick some of you guys. Hope you don't mind, you're still going to be in the series, but you won't just be an XCOM operator, you might be on the other side. Anyway, about the movies. Last week I really talked about the Hateful Eight, which I found a really terrible movie. This week I went to a different one, which is The Fifth Wave, as it's running now. Fifth Wave is a pretty good movie, I really like it. There was a lot of stuff in there that I kinda enjoyed, but it was a bit predictable. I won't spoil too much of the movie, but here's the quick and dirty. What you're looking at is a scenario where alien invasion is trying to wipe out humanity. They're going to do this in waves. The first wave, I believe, is cutting out the power. The second wave is natural disasters. The third wave is a virus, and so forth. And this is another one of those young adult literature trilogies that popped up. I'm not sure what's going on with those, because they all seem to follow the exact same format, which I think is getting old pretty quickly. I think it all started with the Hunger Games, and then Divergent, Detergent, Allegiant, some of the other agents, and now the Fifth Wave, where we have, again, a female lead role. We have, again, a strange love triangle, and again, we have the end of the world scenario. So they all seem to be following pretty much the same format, which I think is getting a bit old. But, okay, it does seem to work very well, with a lot of people going to the cinemas or movie centers or whatever you want to call them, just in order to watch the movies. And I gotta say, I liked it as well. It's a good movie. It's a bit predictable, at least for me, but I'll let you make up your own mind for that. So if you have seen it, let me know what you thought of it. And there are plenty of movies I still have to see. There's Spotlight, which is the movie about the abuse in the Catholic Church, which is being brought to light by, I believe, the Boston Globe. There's The Boy, thriller horror, which I really, really want to see. I'm still considering going towards, what was it, Edge? Point Break, I think. The top sport, not the top sports, the extreme sports movie, if you want to call it that, where the guys have to do some sort of bank heists with all sorts of weird extreme sports gimmicky stuff. Haven't seen that yet. I have seen the trailers, and let me know if you think that's any good. Aside from that, there is of course a lot of TV shows that are now coming out of their, let's say, their winter hiatus. Suits is one of my favorite shows, and it's back, so I have to start watching Suits again, which isn't a bad thing, but there are so many shows to watch. So much to binge in so little time. No, I got Suits to look forward to. Person of Interest is going to be coming back soon. If you have never seen that, that's something you'll probably enjoy. It's a scenario where you have a computer system that's being created after the attacks on the World Trade Centers, or the World Trade Center in 2001. And this computer system is designed to detect any act of, or predict any act of criminal activity before it actually happens. Now, there's two categories of these. There's the terrorist attacks, which are immediately picked up by the government, and there's the sort of irrelevant list, which is people who are definitely at risk, but who don't get help from the government. And that is the list that the main characters of the show are going after, because, as they say in the theme, the government considers these people irrelevant. They aren't important enough to save. They don't. They consider everyone worth saving, and they try to help out wherever they can. They do this with all sorts of high-tech ways. A lot of computer stuff, of course, but also quite a few almost Jack Bauer-ish 24-like actions, where the lead character, or one of the lead characters, is pretty badass, I gotta say. So if you haven't looked at that, link is in the description down below. Aside from that, of course, we have Game of Thrones coming back, which won't be for a few months, but it'll be here in no time. I think it's going to start somewhere April 5th, 6th, somewhere near there. So again, another show that's to be watched. And of course, I should be rewatching season, what was it, season 5, season 4? Anyway, the season that aired last year, just to be able to be completely current on the events that are going on there. Then there's Arrow, which is the show that I believe is, I always mess them up, it's either DC Comics or Marvel. It's about Arrow or Oliver Queen. I have watched the first season completely, I think, and maybe a bit of the second, and that's when I kind of stopped. But by now I'm more than one season behind, and I still like watching that. Aside from that, we have The Last Chip, which I'm still catching up on. I'm somewhere along season 4, episode 10, out of the, I think, 15 episodes of that season. So again, there's quite a lot of stuff to watch there. Then, The Blacklist, which I'm currently working on. That is a really, really good show. Although I have to say, I think that the season 1 was the best. I'm currently in season 2, and it seems to be, I don't know, it seems to be slowing down a little bit. It doesn't quite have the same intrigue or mystery as it once did. So I hope they're going to be able to pick that up again. And that's another point that I wanted to make about the fifth wave. You see, in Blacklist, or let's say 24, there are moments in the show where you think you got it all figured out, you know what's going to happen, and that's when the writers or the directors go, hell no, and they make a complete 90-degree or even 180-degree turn. Just completely turning everything you know upside down, and this way making the show very unpredictable and very enjoyable to watch, because you just never know what's going to be happening next. Blacklist really used to have that. It's, at least for me, lacking that a little bit in the season 2. And the Fifth Wave pretty much had the same thing. There were, let's say, some plot twists in there, but for me they weren't really that unlikely. If you'd been paying attention, you could have seen that coming. And I was there with my girlfriend, or fiancée, or whatever I should be calling her now, and she had the same thing. She said, yeah, it's a bit predictable what's going to happen next. So, last ship, Blacklist, more black in this form of black sails, which I haven't really seen, but I've seen some trailers here and there, and I think that's really good. At least it looks good. And again, that's probably multiple seasons, so let's say 40 plus episodes. An episode runs for, let's say, 40 to 50 minutes. So that's another, I don't know, week's worth of television. Another show that has been really making a hit on Netflix is Making a Murderer. I've been hearing everyone rave about the show, but I still haven't watched it because I've been busy with other projects and other shows. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think of it. Try not to spoil anything, but I'm really interested to see what kind of gameplay, I'm looking at Red Dragon, that's why I'm confused. I'm really interested to see what kind of, let's say, show I can expect from that. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. And then more about murder, How to Get Away with Murder. Supposedly another good show, and again, one that I haven't seen yet. So many shows, and there's probably more that you guys can point out that I haven't seen that I should really see. If you do, let me know in the comments, and I think we all have pretty much a similar taste here. So that means that we can share stuff like this and find shows that you otherwise might not be able to find. So if you have a good show that either I or the community as a whole should see, let me know in the comments. Just shout out there. As for the channel for this week, you can expect a zombie gameplay coming up this afternoon. I got a pretty damn intense air conflict with the zombies, and you'll be seeing all of that in a couple hours after this video is released. Other than that, more Wargame coming up. XCOM 2 is going to be coming up probably Friday. I'm expecting to be able to release the first video right from the get-go. And hopefully that is going to be either Friday, let's say Friday afternoon, Friday evening, or Saturday morning. Latest Saturday morning. So a lot of games coming up. Wargame European Escalation. I have, I believe, finished that, or at least I finished that by now, as you're watching this video. And that's at least the first campaign. I'm not sure I have time to do the second campaign, especially with the Wargame tournament coming up. So that is going to be shelved for a little bit. And with that, I don't think I'll be going back to European Escalation for a while. But what you can do is let me know what kind of European Escalation campaign you would like to see next, so that I know what to look for and which campaign is really worth showing off. Because other than the first campaign that I've just completed, I've not completed any of the others, so I really don't know what's going to happen. Others, CMANO, or Command Modern Naval and Air Ops, is a bit shelved for now, because it just wasn't getting that many views, and I still have to complete the scenario, but I just haven't really felt like playing that game lately. I was so engulfed in XCOM that I just didn't get around to playing CMANO. Then of course there's the other game, Armored Warfare. Maybe that's what you've come to the channel for, and I don't mean to disappoint, but with the press account, and many of you have already pointed this out, with the press account, the grinding is no longer there, and the grind is point of the game, as I already discussed, I believe, last week. The grind is part of the game, and without the grind, the game, I don't know, it just lost appeal. I don't really have anything to strive for, and I think that that is really dangerous in a game. So next time I'll have to make sure that if I do get a press account, it has to be a separate one. Because one press account combined with my own account is not promoting me to play the game, which means less content for you. But what I have heard is that there's supposedly a replay feature coming up soon. And that's something I can really use to show off the game a lot better. One thing I'm also considering doing in regards to Armored Warfare is set up a series of videos that you can click through one from each other to select which kind of vehicle line is best for you. I already made a sort of flow diagram or flow chart on helping you decide which tank would be best. I haven't published it yet because I'm still considering which kind of vehicle or which kind of way I really want to present that. So what I'm considering doing now, and let me know what your thoughts are on that, is putting up a video asking you, do you like modern vehicles or older vehicles? And then there's an annotation link on there. Older is going to take you to World of Tanks, newer is going to take you to Armored Warfare. And then from there you constantly get asked either a question with yes or no, or 3 options. And from there you're going to get multiple coverages of vehicles, gameplay mechanics, how you can expect scouts to behave, how you can expect, let's say, tank destroyers to behave. I'm just not sure how long that thing will stay current, because Armored Warfare is still very much in flux. There's a lot going on, the developers are working on a lot of projects, and the game is constantly changing. So if I put it up now, I'm not sure how long it's going to be valid for, but we'll see about that. So if that's something you'd like to do, or you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments, and let me know what kind of format you would think best. And that's pretty much it for this week's War Room. I don't have that much else to talk about. If you have any questions for me to answer next week, let me know in the comments so that I can make sure I answer your questions, because this show isn't completely about me as it is about you. What do you want to know about me? What do you want to know about the channel, about Wargame, about whatever? You name it and I'll try to answer it. With that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the zombie gameplay that's going to be coming up, and that you have a good week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.